So we bring our palms together, center of the chest. What we're doing here is we're bringing 72,000 nerve endings from the left and the right side of the nervous system together to start balancing out the nervous system. Inhale through the nose, down into the belly, all the way down to the bottom of the lung. That's where all your air sacs are. They're not up in the upper chest. That's where all the big bronchial tubes are. Feel in the belly, let it expand down and out. Feel into the rib cage, keep the heart center elevated. You don't want to be hunched over. We want to have that heart center elevated, open-hearted. Shoulders relax. We don't want to be hunched. Shoulders relax. The shoulders are creepy. They tend to want to tighten up. Okay. So you inhale through the upper chest. Neck lock in place. Pull the chin back a little bit. Not up and back, not down. Straight back, so it creates a little tension at the base of the skull. That's called neck lock or Jalandhar. And you inhale up through the neck all the way to the top of the head. That's a long, deep breath. Long is emphasized. Take your time when you breathe. Slowly exhale. Release from the head, the neck, chest, the rib cage. Pull the navel back. Push the air all the way out. That's important to empty the lungs completely. Again, inhale deeply. You're taking in the life force energy of the universe called prana. It's not the oxygen in the breath, it's the spark within the atom. That cosmic blueprint of neutrons, electrons, protons doing their cosmic dance. They spin around each other. And exhale, letting the tension go. This is the apana. Apana is the elimination force. The process of letting stuff go from the breath, from what you're feeling physically, the tension, subconsciously, letting that go mentally, and even spiritually, whatever's going on there. Again, inhale deeply, full deep breath. And exhale, letting the tension go. Remember to keep that chin tucked. Eyes are closed. You got to focus within. When your eyes are open, 70% of your attention is out here in the external world. Only 30% is paying attention inside. You want to have like 99.9%. You might maybe 95, but at least you're going to have more than 30%. And exhale. Now we'll inhale deeply to begin. We'll do Om Namo on the first breath. Guru Dev Namo on the second breath. So inhale deeply. Full deep breath. Shoulders relax. Elevated heart center. Om Namo. as you probably know, it's Memorial Day weekend. So we'll be doing a meditation that helps us deal with death, okay? And I'll explain that when we get around to doing the meditation. But first we're going to do a Kriya for elevation. That'll help get things going. Now, if you're not familiar with breath of fire, raise your hand. Okay. All right, breath of fire. Breath of fire, you know how dogs, when they stick out their tongue, they go... They're pumping their diaphragm and navel. Well, you pull in your tongue and do it through the nose. That's breath of fire. It's a rapid breath. It's going to totally oxygenate your breath. If you're having trouble seeing me, just shift a little bit. So that you can see me. You know, there's plenty of room here. We're not that super duper crowded. So. All right, so that's breath of fire. Okay, so we're going to bring the arms up 60 degrees. Now, this is 45 degrees. Up here is 60 degrees. Curl the fingers into the pads. Have those thumbs extended and begin breath of fire. Keep the heart center elevated, shoulders relaxed. This is called the ego eradicator exercise. Helps you to get beyond your ego. Get those elbows locked straight. Kundalini yoga is a yoga of angles. If your elbows are bent, the energy doesn't flow correctly. Lock those elbows straight. Keep that heart center elevated. Keep stretching up from the shoulders. Keep stretching up the spine. Keep the head level. Don't let that chin come up. Don't let it go down. Stay level-headed. More seconds. Use your navel point. Inhale deeply, full deep breath. Fill the belly, expand into the rib cage. Fill the chest up through the neck, all the way to the top of the head. Now slowly bring the thumbs together overhead. Stretch up. Inhale some more. Breathe up to those thumbs. Inhale some more. Stretch up. Stretch. Stretch. Inhale some more. Stretch. Hold the breath now. Feel that pranic energy. It's circulating through your body, through your every atom, every cell of your being. Exhale, sweep the arms down. Inhale deeply. Relax the arms down. Full deep breath. Remember, keep those shoulders relaxed. Elevated heart center, neck lock in place. Exhale, letting the tension go. Inhale deeply. Remember to keep that chin tucked. There you go. Exhale. Now hold on to your shins. If you're new, take a look up here. I'm going to give you the side view. Exhale, do it this way. You're going to hold on to your shins. As you inhale, you're going to roll the hips forward as you elevate the heart center. Keep the shoulders relaxed. As you exhale, just roll back on the hips. So it's inhaling, elevating the heart center, rolling the hips forward. Exhale, roll back on the hips. Now, if some of you have cushions you're sitting on, I recommend you do this on flat ground. It gives you a better sense of what's going on. To meditate, you might need that to help your posture so your legs don't fall asleep. We even have some meditation stools in the back if you want to sit on a stool during meditation. This moves the spinal fluid up and down the spine. This is very important. It energizes your entire nervous system. This also goes up through the blood-brain barrier. It helps to shift your brain waves so that you think more clearly. They actually did research in the 70s that hooking people up to brainwave machines, and they found, oh, this increases the brainwaves that people associate with clarity of thought. Remember to inhale and exhale through the nose. If you need tissues, there's some on the back table, there's some up here, but be careful you don't knock over the camera or the whiteboard. Use your mental focus. Direct the energy of the breath where you're feeling the tension. As you exhale, let the tension go. Now remember, don't be rocking forward and backwards. You're elevating, elevating, elevating. So project that heart center up. Shoulders come back a little bit. Elevate the heart center. This is a Kriya for elevation. As you're exhaling, you're letting the tension go. When you use your conscious mind to direct the energy of the breath, it augments the effects of the exercise. Last few seconds now, powerful breath. Focus at the brow point. Point between the eyebrows, top of the nose. Remember, keep the eyes closed. I'm not going to come around with a stick and whack you. No. Zen masters do that kind of stuff. At least that's the stories I've read anyway. This is not the yoga of hard knocks. Now inhale, straight spine, full deep breath through the nose. Take it all the way down, fill the belly. Expand into the rib cage, fill the chest. Remember, heart center elevated, shoulders relaxed, chin pulled back slightly. Keep the head level. Fill all the way up, top of the head. When you have your heart center elevated, it helps hold the breath in your lungs. You don't have to feel like it's pressurized. Just keep uplifting the heart center. Feel the energy of the breath. It's circulating that prana, that life force energy. You know, atomic energy is very powerful. Einstein figured that out. And exhale, letting the tension go. Again, inhale deeply. Exhale. Now bring the hands up onto the shoulders, fingers to the front, thumbs to the back. Now I'm getting old, I can't hold on to my shoulders. The important thing is to keep the elbows up so the upper arms are parallel to the ground. You don't want them down here. The higher, the better. Most of you can't get it much higher than that if you're holding on to each other. You can, but I can't. All right, so keep them parallel to the ground, the upper. And make sure when you're going to twist to the left on the inhale, turning the head and then twisting the torso. Exhale, turn to the right. Make sure you're not going to bump elbows with your neighbor. Inhale left, exhale right. Keep elevating the heart center while you do that. Keep the head level. Learn to stay level-headed. You don't want the head up and back. It's like lollygag yoga. You don't want it down into the chest. We're not doing butt head yoga. We're just doing level-headed yoga. Keep stretching the spine up as you do this. This is the only yogic exercise, according to Yogi Bhajan, that actually lubricates those pads between the vertebrae. You have a little pad called a disc that separates each one of those little bones in your back from each other. They have to be soft. They need to be springy and spongy. If they get dried out and brittle like a dried out sponge, you know how a dried out sponge can be like a brick? Well, they can crumble and break. If those pads crumble and break, then you got bone on bone, and then you're going to have chronic back pain. All these baby boomers, since about the year 2000, there's been a tremendous uptick in the number of spinal fusion surgeries because of people that have chronic back pain. Prevent all that for yourself. Yoga helps you to live long and live well. It doesn't do any good to live long if you're going to live in pain and agony and with dementia. You want to keep a clear head, clear mind, flexible body. When you have flexibility, you have life in your body. If you get dried out and brittle and like a dead stick, you know, they crumble and break. They break off. A few more seconds of this. Powerful breath. Inhale left, exhale right. If you have trouble with the dizziness, focus at the brow point. Keep elevating that heart center. Keep those elbows up. Keep stretching up. Remember, this is the Kriya for elevation. Inhale to the center. Relax the arms down, but keep your focus at the brow point. Your body's going to go through a lot of sensations, but you can keep your mind focused. That helps with your concentration. Full deep inhale now. Shoulders relax. Elevated heart center. All the way up through the top of the head. Focused at the brow point. And exhale. Letting the tension go. Keep the focus at the brow point. Again, inhale deeply. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now extend your legs out in front of you. Might be getting a little numb. So just bounce them up and down a little bit. Turn the feet from side to side. Okay. Now, in this position, we're going to do what is called a life nerve stretch. So you're going to keep the spine straight. You're going to bend from the hips. You're going to inhale deeply, full deep breath. And you're going to keep the spine straight. You're going to be focused at the heart center. You're going to lean that heart center forward when you feel the pressure of the stretch. Exhale, relax a little deeper into it. Don't drop the head down. Don't curve the spine. Lead with the heart. Keep the head up and away. Let the heart lead. We tend to spend most of our life leading with our heads or our minds. And then you're going to inhale back up. And again, you're going to just keep exhaling forward and down. Heart centered towards the knees. Pressure of the stretch and relaxing into the stretch. Inhale up and exhale down. Move at your own pace with the breath. Now, if you have the flexibility, you can hold on to your toes and do it this way. It's up to you. You can't get much movement this way. The idea is to have movement. Move it. Like in Madagascar. Remember those movies of Leland? He was a great master. Move it, move it, move it. That's what you gotta do. You gotta move it up, move it down. Inhale up, exhale down. Remember, you're leaning that heart center forward. You're not trying to touch the head to the knees. We're not doing that. We're leading with the heart center. Keep the legs locked straight. Your life nerve runs from the big toe of each foot up inside of each leg, up each side of the spine. By keeping this life nerve stretched out, when you feel that pressure of the stretch, you exhale and relax into it. Only work within the pressure of the stretch. If it's paining you or creating pain, you've defeated the purpose. You're just creating more stress. Inhale up and exhale down. Little kids like to do this, rocking back and forth, up and down, up and down. When I was a little kid, I used to sit on the couch. We had a big soft couch, and I used to just bang back and forth like that as a little kid. And it created a shape in that couch. My brother, it did. And my brother and I used to do it in the car, in the back seat. We didn't have seat belts or seat chairs, whatever they have now for these little kids. My dad swore that he lost about 5 miles a gallon because we kept banging back. So maybe when I was little, I didn't realize that I was actually trying to do yoga. Inhale up, exhale down. This life nerve, when you keep your life nerve stretched out on a regular basis, you'll have plenty of energy for your nervous system, whether you're 8 or 108. That's the whole idea. If you don't have any energy, I try to play music that kind of has a nice rhythm. You can kind of move with the rhythm of the music. Few more seconds of this. Now, if you can hold on to your toes when you come forward, you can pull on your toes. That stretches out your Achilles tendon. But if you can't do that, don't try. If you can't move, you're just locking into place. We're going to be doing other things that can help you to stretch. Remember, keep the head up. You're leading with the heart center. Okay, inhale upright again, that full deep breath. Neck lock in place, elevated heart center, shoulders relaxed, fill all the way up, top of the head. Exhale, letting the tension go. Now, sit on your left heel if you can, otherwise adapt it. I can't do that, I have knee problem. So you can sit like this. It's up to you what you want to do. Again, you're going to lean forward. Okay? Depending on your flexibility, if you can't hold on to the toes, hold on to the ankle. Can't hold on to the ankles, hold on to the leg. Get a grip and just hold yourself in the pressure of the stretch. Remember, the spine is straight. Keep that head in line with the spine. Don't let the chin come forward. Keep it pulled back a little bit. You're just leaning forward, focused at the heart center. Now begin breath of fire. Let yourself just relax into the stretch. Keep the head up in line with the spine. If you can't hold on with both hands on your toes, hold on to your ankles. You don't want to hold with one hand because that tends to twist you a little bit to the side. You want to confront your knee with that heart center. You're going to have a heart-to-heart talk with your knee. You really need it here, so.
You really need it.
You're basically addressing this pressure of the stretch. But you got to relax into it. You're not trying to force anything. Keep the eyes closed, focus within. Just a few more seconds now. If it's too difficult to sit on your heel, just kind of have it slide sideways a little bit. See, I have my leg like this. Do it that way. Or you can have your foot against your thigh. Do it this way. Okay, inhale deeply. Exhale, relax into the stretch one last time. Inhale upright. Again, that full deep breath. Fill the belly. Expand into the rib cage. Filling the chest. Shoulders relaxed. Let go of your leg. It's not going anywhere. Exhale. Let the tension go. Now switch legs now. And adapt accordingly. If it's too difficult to sit on the heel, just put your foot against the thigh or underneath your leg like this. Again, you're going to lean forward, heart centered toward the knee, spine straight. Find that pressure of the stretch and begin breath of fire. Let yourself relax into the stretch. Keep the head up in line with the spine. Your chin should not be touching your neck. Keep the head up a little bit. Lean with the heart center. You got to learn to lead with the heart here. So many times we're just not aware of what we're doing. This is the yoga of awareness. That's what Kundalini yoga is all about. More seconds. Remember, keep those shoulders relaxed. Inhale deeply. And last time, exhale, relax into the stretch. And slowly inhale upright. Let go of the leg. Sit up straight. Full deep breath. Fill Filling the belly, expanding into the rib cage. Fill the chest, heart center elevated. Shoulders relax, elevate. Pull in the chin a little bit. Neck lock in place. Fill all the way up. Top of the head. And exhale, letting the tension go. Inhale. And exhale. Now, extend both legs out in front of you and spread them wide. You might have to relocate yourself a little bit so that you're not playing footsies with your neighbor. Okay. So, again, you're going to be inhaling in the upright position. You're going to lean forward and grab comfortably what you can. If you can't grab your toes, grab your ankles. If you can't grab your ankles, anchor your hands under your legs or on your shins or whatever. You're going to inhale in this upright position like this. You're going to turn your heart center toward the left knee. Exhale, press it down toward the knee. You're going to inhale upright, turn toward the right knee. Exhale down toward the knee. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Remember to turn your torso. This is not a sideways thing. We're not just doing this. You're turning, you're confronting. Inhale up, exhale down. So feel that swivel in the torso before you press yourself down toward the knee. A lot of people think because they've turned their head, they've confronted the situation. You want to turn your shoulders. Now, if you're holding on to your toes, try to hold on to both toes, both feet. That works on a whole dynamic on your hips. You won't move as far, but you're going to work on a different dynamic. It's kind of a restricted movement. Now, it's not your head turning, it's turning your torso. Try to keep the legs locked straight. When you bend your knees, you're not bending the life nerve. God only knows what you're bending there. You're compromising the bend. You're not getting the benefit. You might as well forget about it. We do all sorts of things to deceive ourselves. Oh yeah, I did all this yoga. Oh, I went to the gym. I worked out for 2 hours. You probably spent an hour and a half talking to your friend by the water cooler. It's okay to take a rest in between each of those exercises you do, but if you're taking a half hour between each exercise, it's not the same. You still get some benefit. Last few seconds now. Inhale up, exhaling down. Okay, now inhale upright and begin exhaling down to the center. Heart center towards the knees. Towards the floor. Inhale up, exhale down. Lead with the heart. Deeply, last time, full deep breath. Exhale, relax forward and down. Feel the stretch in the inside of each leg. Relax into it. And slowly inhale upright. Full deep breath. Let go of the toes. Exhale, letting the tension go. Inhale. Feel the energy. tension. Now, come lying down on your stomach. We're going to do cobra pose. Now, if you don't have the strength or flexibility, you can do cobra pose like this. You got your forearms on the ground. Just arch the head, neck up and back like this. Keep the legs together. Heels are touching. That's crucial. There's no two-legged snakes. So just keep arching up like this. Now, if you have the flexibility and the strength, you can come up all the way up onto your hands and do cobra pose like this. And while you're in this posture, begin breath of fire. The key is to let yourself relax into the bend. If you feel like there's too much pressure in your lower back, if you bend the elbows, it kind of moves the energy up to the middle of the back. Remember, keep those heels touching. Heels touching. Does a whole different dynamic with your hip. Keep the focus within. Focus at the brow point. Or focus on where you're feeling the tension. Keep the legs together, heels touching. Thirty more seconds. Inhale deeply, full deep breath. Remember, legs together, heels touching. Stretch up, stretch back, last time. And slowly lower yourself down as you exhale. And just relax. Inhale deeply. Exhale, letting the tension go. Let your weight release into the floor. Hug that Mother Earth. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Just relax your head down too. You don't have to. You can turn your head to the side. It's up to you. If you decide that you want to practice yoga on a regular basis, it's good to get a nice, natural, fibered beach towel. You can find them. They're pretty easy to get. And let that be what you do your yoga on. These yoga mats, they're fine, but they're rubberized, and God only knows what the artificial stuff is in them. So if you can have a mat, if you like, and then put a blanket on top, you know. Inhale deeply. Exhale. And very slowly bring yourself up to a sitting position. Take your time. Sit easy pose, cross-legged position. You want to bring your forehead to the ground before you come up. Sit back on your heels to kind of create an opposite bend in your back. Otherwise, sit up straight. Okay. Hands resting on your knees. One of the big problems we have is this upper body tension. That's where we store all our subconscious stuff, all our negativity, all our doubts, all our worries, all that upper body tension. Sitting over computers for hours. Many of you have that kind of job. Or you're driving. You might have a half-hour commute, bumper to bumper. You're creating a lot of tension up here. You're not going home and swinging an axe and chop wood for a half an hour. You're not getting this upper body. So you get all this tension so the body doesn't that upper body tension squeezes those blood vessels, so it starts restricting flow of oxygen to the brain. I learned in physiology class, when you start restricting the flow of oxygen to the brain, you're going to feel depressed. It's not a mental thing, it's a physiological fact. So you want to loosen up this. You got to be kind of loosey-goosey up here. So hands resting on the knees. You're going to inhale, push the shoulders up as high as you can. Keep the head level. Exhale, just let the shoulders drop. You got to learn to let go and let it. Inhale up, exhale, let it drop, and continue. This moves the lymph fluid back into the blood system under the collarbones. That's important too. Now, if you haven't done this very much, you're going to feel like all those muscles have turned to lead and you're paralyzed. That's how much upper body tension you got up there. Breathe into it. Because of all the upper body tension that people had, it's no wonder so many people are on these antidepressant drugs, opioids. You might call this yogic Prozac. This helps create emotional balance. Some people are so tight they can't coordinate the two shoulders. One's going like this. You'll be a better dancer too. Got to stay loose. Move up and down. Powerful breath. Open everything up. This will make your immune system function better. Your lymph system's where your body dumps all its junk. It's like the sewer. It's like, the big garbage trucks that come by and take away all the garbage you throw out. Your lymph system comes by and takes out all the dead cells. But if it gets clogged up and blocks the lymph nodes, it doesn't give proper feedback to the brain as to what antibodies that your immune system should have to produce to fight off germs and bacteria and infections and viruses. So this helps to clear and activate your immune system as well. Once you flush this stuff and circulate it out, it goes into the bloodstream, gets filtered out through the liver and the kidneys. Little kids like to call this the choo-choo train exercise. Because you sound like a choo-choo train. You gotta breathe though. This is one time where heavy breathing's okay. Inhale, bring the shoulders up, full deep breath. Inhale some more, stretch up the spine, everything is lifted, lift, lift, lift. Inhale some more. Tuck in the chin now, chin to the chest. Inhale some more. Hold the breath and apply the root lock. Muscles between at the tailbone, between the rectum and the sex organ. Squeeze those muscles tight. Pull in the navel back towards the spine. Hold the breath. This brings the energy up the spine. Focus at the brow point. Feel the energy. It's healing energy going through the body. Exhale, relax down. Shoulders relaxed. Inhale deeply. Shoulders relaxed. Inhale deeply. Exhale, letting the tension. Exhale. Now, just drop the chin to the chest and slowly begin rotating the head up around the back and slowly exhale down around the front. Keep the shoulders stable. We're not swaying to the music. We're keeping the spine straight. You're isolating the movement so you can feel feel the dynamics of the angles of the stretch of those neck muscles. This helps to work out the kinks in your neck, as well as stimulating those major glands in the throat, your thyroid, your parathyroid glands. They have a lot to do with your metabolism and your sensitivity and awareness. Your parathyroid kind of works in balance with the thyroid gland, your thalamus and hypothalamus at the base of the skull, back of the skull, brain. Your pineal and pituitary glands at the center of your brain. All these glands kind of interact with one another. They need to be stimulated. They need to balance themselves out. This is part of what you can do to help maintain those glands. We kind of take all that stuff for granted. Let's work out the kinks. Direction. That crackling sensation. It's kind of like gravelly sounds that are happening. That's the breaking down of mineral deposits on those bones. If the body can't use it and doesn't get rid of it, it stores it on your skeletal structure. To help increase your mobility. A lot of lack of mobility is due to lack of movement. Start getting mineral deposits on different bones if they don't get moved very much. You want to break that down, let it flush out through the liver and the kidneys. When you do yoga, drink lots of water so that you get that nice flush. Tell you to reverse directions.
Yeah.
Okay, inhale to the center. And exhale. Okay. All right, we're going to finish this yoga set with what is called Sat Kriya. It's a very powerful Kriya. Kriyas are exercise sets or meditations that affect your body, your mind, and your spirit. So, depending on your comfort level and flexibility, if you can sit on your heels, do it that way. Otherwise, just stay in cross-legged position. All right. You're going to be bringing your arms up. You're going to interlace the fingers into Venus lock. For women, it's left over right. For men, it's right over left. It deals with the polarities of the energy. You don't have to bring your arms up yet. I'm just going to demonstrate. You're going to point the index finger. Your elbows are locked straight as best you can. Keep the spine straight. Keep the head in line with the spine, the elevated heart. So you're going to chant Sat, and we're going to chant Nam. Now, Sat Nam, Sat means the totality of truth, the all-encompassing truth of the universe. Everything is included in the totality of truth. That's the Sat. Nam is the unique manifestation of some element of that truth happening here and now. So truth is always manifesting. That's what Satnam is. We use it a lot as a greeting, Satnam, if you're around the ashram here or the yoga or the Dwara or whatever. Now, when you do Sat Kriya, you're going to pull the navel point in and up. So it goes Sat. You're pulling your navel point in and up. All right, that kind of stimulates this whole internal diaphragm, all your internal organs in here. When you chant Nam, you release the tension here and chant Nam. Their tongue hits the upper palate. Nam. It sends a vibration right up here to the brow point. So you're working on opening, you're activating your power center, your navel point, third chakra. In martial arts, they talk about the chi right here at the navel point. And you're bringing it up through the heart center. It's almost like you're throwing up. Nam. Because what you're doing is you're deeply cleansing your subconscious. You're releasing. You're cleansing your physical body. You're working on this nervous system. It's going to heat up your spinal column. So whatever you're doing, if you do this for an extended period of time, say, you know, if you do it, we're going to do it about 2 or 3 minutes today. So you should either relax on your back for 2 or 3 minutes or more, or meditate sitting very still for 2 or 3 minutes, or even twice that long if you want to be doubly safe for yourself, okay? Any questions so far?
You said right over left?
For women, it's left over right. For men, it's right over left. For most people, they just naturally feel comfortable with the left over right, so they want to make men a little more uncomfortable. So they I always felt weird to me, you know, but by now it's called Venus lock. It just helps you to have some element of control on your emotions. Okay, that's what it's all about. Okay, I'm going to set the timer so we don't run over. Okay, so bring the arms up, interlace the fingers, point the index finger. We'll inhale deeply to begin, and then you just catch the breath as you can. Keep the elbows as straight as you can. So inhale. Sat Nam. 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 Sat. Move that navel point. Sat Nam. Sat Elevated heart center. Stretch up. Inhale some more. Stretch. Hold the breath now and squeeze that root lock. Base of the spine. Squeeze tight. Pull in the navel point. Focus brow point. Bring the energy up the spine. And exhale. Relax the arms down. Now just come lying down on your back. Totally relax. Let the energy circulate. Let the tension go. Breathe long and deep. Let the weight of your body just release into the floor. Let the floor do all the work. You worked hard. Arms at your side, palms facing up. Your hands transmit and receive energy. Let your mind float free. Breathe. Feel like the breath comes through every cell. Yogi Bhajan says your skin is like a third lung. So you take in energy, prana, through your cells, the pores of your skin. Bring in that life force energy, that prana. As you exhale, just let the tension go. Let whatever you got to release, let it go out through every cell from head to toe. Let your mind float free. Breathe long, breathe deep. As you're inhaling, feel how your belly slowly rises towards the ceiling like a balloon. As you exhale, it floats back down toward the floor. Okay, now inhale, bring yourself back. Full deep breath. Exhale, letting the tension go. Inhale, begin wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. Bring yourself back. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. I can see some of you have left the building and haven't returned yet. Inhale and rotate your ankles and your wrists. This is a good way to wake up in the morning. You've been in a deep sleep, just rotate your ankles and your wrists, wiggle your fingers, and take your time. Don't just pop up out of bed like a jack in the box. Now inhale, stretch the arms overhead, stretch out the spine on the ground, over, stretch. You can bring it over your head onto the ground, stretch, point your toes, inhale some more and stretch. Exhale, release the tension. Inhale, rub the soles of the feet together, rub the palms of the hands together. This stimulates your nervous system to all your major organs in the body. If you've ever done foot massage, reflexology, you know that there's a grid map of different organs and where the nerves enter and go and flow up to various parts of the body. And exhale now. Bend one leg at the knee and turn that knee over the other leg. Just stretch out your hip. Just turn it to the side. Yeah, stretch it out. Stretch out your hip. You know how people bump fists? Some of you are bumping knees here. And exhale back to the center. Inhale. Stretch to the other side. Exhale back to the center. Keeping the head and shoulders on the mat or the floor. Inhale, pull the knees into the chest and wrap the hands around the knees. Pull them in tight. So stretch out your lower back. Try to keep your head on the mat, on the floor. You just want to pull in that, stretch out that lower back. Back off from the tension on the exhale. Inhale, pull the knees in. Again, stretch out that lower back. Breathe into it. Exhale, back off from the tension. Holding on to the knees, rock from side to side. Just rock from side to side. And now begin rocking forwards and backwards. Create some momentum. You can rock yourself up to a sitting position. Rock forwards and backwards. Use the momentum. You don't want to come straight up off your back if you're lying flat on the floor. If you got to do it that way, turn to the side and push yourself up because you put too much leverage on the lower vertebrae, and that's how you get lower back problems. Herniated disc is located. Okay. So the meditation for today is written on the board. Can you see it in the back? Okay, that's what I got, the whiteboard. Some of your donations paid for this.
Yay.
Okay, I got a stand, but I haven't figured out how to put it up yet, so I've improvised. All right, so I'm going to read you the notes that Yogi Bhajan gave for this mantra. Kal, Akal, Siri Kal, Maha Akal, Akal Mort, Wahe Guru. Kal means death, Akal means undying, Akal Mort is a pattern that exists beyond death. Wahe Guru. Wahe means wow, far out, you know. Wahe, wow. Okay, and Guru is, you know what Guru means? It's that going from ignorance to knowledge, from darkness to light. It's the mantra of ecstasy, Wahe Guru. Now, this protective mantra wraps around animosity and seals it closed. It can remove the very shadow of death. This is Memorial Day weekend. This is the weekend where we remember all the fallen soldiers that died in all the wars. But you know, it's not only our own soldiers, there's every soldier around the world that has fallen. Everybody who's been a product of war, who's been a victim of war on all different levels. This helps to seal it, because if there's one thing that manifests in war is hatred and animosity. You want to clear that out of your consciousness. You want to clear it out of those souls that have moved on. Traditionally, when we're Sikhs, we chant Akal 5 times for people. Be called the undying spirit. Akal means the undying. So that the idea that you're clearing the soul so it can leave this earth dynamic and move out into wherever it's got to go. You don't want to stay trapped here, you know, once you die, you know. You don't want to be a ghost or whatever. You want to clear out all your stuff and move on, okay? So that's what it is. And hopefully the technology is working. Wi-Fi reaches here. All right. I've got to do a little technology. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to be sitting in meditative pose. Your index finger is touching the pad of your thumb like this. You're resting comfortably at the knees. You're sitting with a elevated heart center, shoulders relaxed, neck locked in place. The eyes are closed. There's no particular focus. A lot of people like to focus at the brow point, or you can focus, if you're feeling emotional, you can focus down at the tip of the nose. It's up to you. It's your choice. But there's no specific... So I don't want to shock your nervous system by pulling the plug on this amp while the volume's up. So bear with me here for a second. Don't drop the head up and back. Shoulders relax, elevated heart center. Breath. Exhale. Now just sit quietly and become the observer. As an observer, you're just watching what's going on within yourself. There's no judgment. There's no right or wrong answers. There's no shame. There's no blame. But there is compassion because you are experiencing what it is you're observing. So be aware of the dynamics flowing through the body, the heat, the cold, the aches, the pain, the tingling sensations, the throbbing or pulsing, whatever it is, numbness in the legs, whatever. Just allow it to be there with compassion. Just observe. Be aware of your emotional state. Again, there's no right or wrong answers, no judgment, no shame, no blame. Whether you're happy, sad, angry, frustrated, calm, joyous, inspired, sad, wise, ecstatic, joyous. Allow it to be there. Just observe with compassion. You have to know who you really are if you're ever going to progress beyond whatever you're doing right now. Be aware of your breath. Your breath we controlled throughout the class. Now observe the breath, how it flows in and out of its own accord. It's your constant companion. Learn to embrace this breath so that you take deep breaths on a regular basis rather than shallow breathing. But right now, just observe how the breath flows in and out of its own accord. It's a reminder that the universe pays attention to you, because you may not be paying attention to your breath, but somehow the universe stimulates you to breathe. Same way with your heartbeat. That is constant rhythm that's constantly happening. Stay in sync with your rhythm, stay in sync with your breath. It will guide you through all sorts of things. Now be aware of your mental processes, your mind. You have thousands and thousands of thoughts. See where your mind takes you. Again, there's no right or wrong answers. Just observe the mind. Whether you're dwelling on the past, the present, the future, people, places, things, issues, whatever. Just be aware and observe. See where the mind takes you. And as you can observe the body, the emotions, the breath, and the mind, there's a vast part of your consciousness beyond these four dimensions that connect you with your undying self, connect you with your infinite self, connect you with your infinite self, connect you with the cosmos, connect you with the principles of the divine, however you define that for yourself. So dwell within your soul or spirit without judgment, without shame, without blame, with compassion. These five dimensions all coexist, so consolidate them into one complete experience of who you are at the moment, without judgment, without shame, without blame, with compassion, body, emotions, breath, mind, and spirit. Undifferentiated existence. It's like your five brothers and sisters, however you define that for yourself. Now inhale, exhale. We always end each class with a little song that embodies why we do the yoga in the first place. So again, bring your palms together, center the chest. Inhale. May the long time sun shine upon you. All us around you. And the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you. All us around you. And the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. We finish with the long Sat Nam. Remember, Sat, the totality of truth. Nam, the unique manifestation. Some element of that truth happening here and now. So inhale deeply. Full deep breath all the way up, top of the head. Sa.
God bless this earth with peace. God bless this earth with peace.
Quick announcement. If you read your email